Hi, this is Pamela McPherson. My report is on flocking. Let's start it in the slideshow. What is flock? Tiny short fibers, usually shorter than 6 millimeters in length, cut to either precision lengths or random lengths. Can be synthetic or natural materials of various deniers, which is a unit of fineness for fibers. Since synthetic fibers can be made continuously, they are cut to precise lengths. Fibers are bundled by the millions and then cut with a guillotine-type device in the exact length needed. By contrast, natural fibers are staple fibers and are cut randomly in rotary-type machines. Basically, any fiber can be cut into flock. It could be cotton, rayon, acrylic, polyester, nylon, aramids, and just about any type. Historians say the technique goes back thousands of years, when fibers were brushed across a simple adhesive to change the nature of a garment. Similar methods were used in the Middle Ages to attach fiber dust to sticky surfaces. It was in the 1970s, however, with the advent of improved technologies and adhesives, that flocking became a popular decoration method. The bottom picture shows reproduction flocked wallpaper at Kenmore House in Fredericksburg, Virginia. The house was built in the 1770s by Fielding Lewis for his wife, Betty Washington Lewis, sister of George Washington. The fibers on this wallpaper are dyed wool. Swatch number 102 in the swatch kit is flocked pile. It has a nylon flocked face with a 100% polyester tricot back. This flocked sample feels a little like the flocked areas of the wallpaper in the Kenmore house. I did not touch the walls. There is a sample of wallpaper provided so visitors may feel the wool flocking on the paper. Flocking can be any fiber, although some fibers have a softer feel than others. The flocked pile swatch is made from filament fibers and is very dense and soft. The fiber for the wallpaper is dyed wool staple fiber, which is not as soft as the filament fibers and does not have a dense feel. Many items can be flocked. Flocking is insulating and can diffuse light to prevent glare inside cameras and optical equipment. This is the drawing room in the Kenmore house. This is an example of a flocking machine. There are shakers, and the flocking falls down onto the substrate, which has an adhesive in it. There's a conveyor belt and either beater bars or an electrostatic plate under the conveyor belt. Application methods. Decorative flocking is accomplished by using one of 4 application methods: electrostatic, beater bar gravity, spraying, and transfers. The electrostatic method is the most viable. The beater bar vibrates the substrate while the fibers fall out of a shaker to stick to an adhesive surface. A spray gun is used to spray fibers onto adhesive, perhaps through a stencil. Pre-made transfers are the easiest ones to use at home. Short film monofilament fibers are applied directly to a substrate that has been previously coated with an adhesive. The adhesives that capture the fibers must have the same flexibility and resistance to wear as the substrate. The process uses special equipment that electrically charges the flock particles, causing them to stand up. The fibers are then propelled and anchored into the adhesive at right angles to the substrate. Finally, to clean the surface, any loose fibers are vacuumed into a suction column. The application is both durable and permanent. Flock can be applied to glass, metal, plastic, paper, or textiles. Flock design applications are also found on many items such as garments, greeting cards, trophies, promotional items, toys, and book covers. The durability of flocked fabrics depends largely on the adhesives that hold the flock firmly during either laundering or dry cleaning. In some cases, flock may be removed by dry cleaning solvents. Permanent care labels should tell the consumers how to handle flock fibers and the fiber from which the flock has been made. The most successful method to ensure a good dense coverage is a combination of electrostatic flock application with the use of beater bars to help increase the density of the coating. So here's the grounded electrode, the little electrostatic plate. These are what the beater bars would be doing. So this is a gravity fall here. The fibers are falling with gravity, and they just sort of randomly stick to the adhesive. In the electrostatic method, the fibers are charged with electricity, and when they fall, they stick straight up in the adhesive. In all the methods, they need to vacuum or use a suction column for removing the excess flock to clean it. So that's what this little process is here. Now, this could be a fabric, so it might not be like on a t-shirt with a stencil. But the adhesive needs to go on, and then the flocking goes on by using one of the methods. It must be dried, and then the cleaning by vacuuming. Depending on the desired end use, fibers can be cut and finished to have specific properties. In the case of flocking, the fibers are finished to sift well and charge in an electrostatic field. This allows the fibers to be attached to various surfaces in a perpendicular direction, giving the finished product that characteristic velvet-like feel. The fibers can also be dyed to any color needed and dispersed into various products, like coatings or textured papers, or can be pasted onto surfaces. So the advantage of flock surfaces are pleasant appearance, fibered grip, persistence against bounces, and resistance maybe or protection against bounces and scratches, good sliding effect on even surfaces, and there are other specialized properties too. So pictured here are some of the fiber color choices. So there are many uses for flocked finishes. We mentioned using flock in cameras and optical equipment because of its non-glare properties. It tends to absorb the light and diffuse it. So aesthetically pleasing cosmetic cases may be one use. Paint rollers, and this is a flocked pen case, but you've seen lots of different products offered in a flocked case. This was one that I thought was very interesting. They use it on boat hulls and docks. They take a fabric and flock it with a more prickly type fiber, and the prickly fibers prevent barnacle buildup. Many uses in and around vehicles. So these are some of the places. A lot of the reason they use the flocking is for heat protection, so you're not touching hot metal, comfort on seats, and it kind of helps prevent squeaks. So it's a nice finish to have in our vehicles. So I found two trade names: Alpine Flocked Fabric by Spectral Coating Group Corp and Brewer's Thinsulate Flock Wrap. This is the boat and dock flocking. Okay, so that's the end of my report, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me show you the photo credits and my sources. Thank you.